Hello and welcome to the Collapse Experiment. Today it is pushing 50 degrees. So this is some of that bipolar weather that you experience in Michigan. Or if you're a man, you've experienced it probably in your dating life. But yes, it cannot make up its mind. It makes no sense. There's no logic to it. But here we are. So the heavy, fluffy snow that we got dumped on is now wet and slippery. Do not be surprised if I end up falling on my ass at some point during this video. So, Rurouni Kenshin, the beginning. This is a remake of an anime that I really loved and enjoyed 20 years ago? 20 years ago on VHS. Yes, that's how old this anime is. But no, Netflix decided they're going to take that anime, as sweet as it was, and turn it into a live action movie. There was 2 tapes. 4 episodes total. Tape 1 was called The Beginning. This is the story of the beginning, where we discover how Rurouni Kenshin came to be. Then there is the animated series, in which we discover Rurouni Kenshin, otherwise known as Samurai X, traveling around. I hated those episodes. They're very comedic, very jokey. Did not match up, pair well with the original beginning and end features that were created, the bookends of the story. Then there was the end, which again, 2 episodes. It was the end of the story, the conclusion of Rurouni Kenshin, but the movie in particular I am talking about now is the live action, only on Netflix, where they remake the first 2 episodes into a movie. And they kept a lot of the scenes very, very similar to the original anime. The characters, a lot of the dialogue is very similar, if not almost exactly the same. Now, being a Japanese samurai drama, I would not consider this an action film. The originals I would not consider to be action anime. There are a few sword fights. Rurouni Kenshin, for all of his flaws, he has the Superman problem. He's a young guy who's never lost a fight. He is known for taking out anybody he was sent to kill. Only one time did a man get the better of him, and it was a dude that simply did not want to die. And when you watch the series, there's the very likely, the real possibility that Kenshin let him cut him. It's up for debate. You can decide on your own. He wasn't exactly shocked when it happened. But overall, if you are a fan of the original series, I don't know. For me, I can't say that this is an acceptable substitute. I mean, it's really just turning the exact same thing that already existed, a series that I loved, and it's just retelling it with actors. Same story. Nothing's changed. I mean, is it good for a new audience? Is it nice to bring other people in who have never seen it, who are of a different generation? Yeah, I can see that. Are there some cool fight scenes? Yeah. But again, like I said, how cool can a fight scene be when you know that the guy who is winning the fight really can't be touched? Now, towards the end, because Kenshin has been out of things for a bit, hasn't fought, his heart has softened, he becomes vulnerable. The chick that he's living with turns out to be his kryptonite. And that is when, in my opinion, the series actually gets interesting. Because now he's no longer the untouchable badass that he was before. And he has to figure out, relearn how to fight like he had done before. And he gets his ass kicked. So, Rurouni Kenshin, the things I liked about it, the cinematography, the costumes, staying true to the original material. These are the things that I liked. The characters were, they chose appropriate actors for the characters that were portrayed. And, even though it didn't need to be done, I think it was pretty cool that they brought it back again, probably for a new audience, and did a live action, which is more complicated than having a team full of animators drawing things out, which the original Samurai X series it was not computer generated at all. So I give them credit for that. And the amount of money that they spent on this had to be astronomical. No special effects, but damn, the sets, the costumes, the number of actors that were involved, the fight scenes, I mean, some of the battle scenes alone. Granted, it was not a huge battle scene. It wasn't like Miyamoto Musashi, where it's like an open field with hundreds of guys charging at each other with katanas. No, it wasn't like that. But still, it was pretty cool to see something like that. And overall, I did enjoy it. But the other downside to this being a Japanese drama is there's a lot of, I would say, downtime in the story. So, if you're not looking for a drama, if you're looking for like an action, adventure, thriller type experience, this is not for you. There's a good likelihood you're probably going to fall asleep on this one. And, which I did the first time I watched it. So, having said that, I'd give it 3 out of 5 stars. And I'm only giving it 3 because if you are able to sit down, if you're able to engage with the movie and watch it, it's pretty good. I mean, it's up there with the original series. And I felt like I was really just watching that all over again. Why it had to be over 2 hours long, I couldn't tell you. Other than the director, I don't know, filmography masturbation, I don't know. But there is that aspect to it. So if you're into like Akira Kurosawa, things of that nature, this is probably up your alley. Something like The Seven Samurai. Although, again, and that was a lot of drama. Not a whole lot of action. A lot of the action was towards the end of that movie. So, there's a build-up. There's a story being told. But sometimes there's just moments where it's really hard to keep your attention. So, 3 out of 5 stars. And again, it's only available on Netflix. If you're a fan of the original, you'll probably like this one. If you've never seen it before, it might draw you in, and perhaps you'll hunt down the original anime. But having said that, keep on typing.